Shalom Aleichem, sweet sisters and brothers, how are you doing? I hope everything is well by you. I really hope so. That things are really, really great by you, and that you're doing well, and that you're happy, and that you can see and recognize a path for success in your life journey, and that you feel that you're rising even 1 inch a day, even half an inch a day is already a lot when a person is located in such dark places like we are in our current days. Things are not simple. So yesterday we learned a little bit from the Lekutei Moharan, from Torah Bet in Lekutei Moharan, and we spoke about the weapon of Mashiach, that is the prayer, and that is in the aspect of patience, that a person should have patience, and that's the evidence for his faith, that he can breathe and can relax and to be sure that Hashem is with him. His trust is on heaven, and he knows that the Creator is with him, and that Baruch Hashem, he feels like good with himself, and he feels okay, and he knows that he can trust someone that loves him, that cares about him, so then he can work and do his job. And if you remember, we learned from Torah Kuf Nun Hey 155 that Rabbeinu is explaining how important is the patience. Now I wanted to tell you that all that Rabbi Nachman is saying depends in the aspect of Yosef, the righteous man, Yosef HaTzadik. That Yosef, he is the one who will hand the person that weapon. The weapon of prayer is a weapon that will be given to him by Yosef. Will be given to you, will be given to me by Yosef. Why by Yosef? Because that on Yosef, he was the one that was guarding the covenant. He was the holiest one. He is the symbol of purity and holiness for us, for generations. And because that he is the symbol for purity, for holiness, and it's written Chagor charbecha al yarech, you need to tie your sword to your leg, to your hips. And that's what that means, that the person is holy, that his weapon is tied and bound to him in a way that he can use it whenever he needs. And that is also symbolizing holiness because of the modesty of the organs that are in the belt area. And therefore Yosef, he is the one to represent holiness and purity, and we see that the weapon are located in that place. Means the energy of holiness, the level of purity of the person will give him the power to go and pray. I hope you got it, I hope you understand it. And I will tell you something that we also wrote a few days ago, and I explained it already, but I think it's important when we are discussing Yosef to mention that detail as well, that in the verses, even though that we are talking many times about the holiness and purity of Yosef, and that he was guarding his eyes and he was not looking at the wife of Potiphar, and even though that she tried to attempt him physically, she tried to arouse him and to call him and to it's written that she was changing outfits and clothings hundreds times every day. Like every minute she would come in front of him with a different dress, with a different shirt, with a different hairstyle or whatever. Like she did everything she could to pull him to that lust, to be with her. But the verses are telling us that Yosef had gratitude for his master, that was giving him everything in his house, was allowing him to eat and to drink, and to he was basically the house manager of Potiphar's property. He was making sure he was able to write checks, to give out money, to buy things, to order, like everything was open to him. And when the wife of Potiphar tried to seduce him, so Yosef told her, your husband, my boss, my employee, he gives me everything, he allows me everything, and the only thing that is his and he does not want me to have is you. So like, how can I do that to him after all he gave me, and to take the only thing that he doesn't want me to have, that it's you? Like, how can I do that to my master, to my boss? And because of that, the inner healthy structure of his personality, that he was a loyal man, that he was an honest person, not a thief, and not ungrateful, it gave him the strength and the power to control his needs, his lusts, his desires, and to overpower with his mind on the physical feelings and needs and lackings that he probably felt like every other human on earth. The Creator reveals to us in the Bible that his holiness, the holiness of Yosef, was depend in his good attributes, in his good manner. And for me, this is a great understanding about what that we're discussing here. How many bugs there are in this pond area. I'll show you around for you to understand. I'm taking you to the wilds with me. Every day I take myself to this quiet place, this or another, and I'm trying to sit and do my hitbodedut and spending some time with Hashem and answering messages over the phone and learning a little bit with you guys. And sometimes I can learn with myself as well. I don't have to teach all the time. I can also learn once in a while for my soul. I'm not doing it enough, but I can. I should. Maybe I should think about it a little bit as well. So for me, it's a great chizuk, it's a great advice, and eye-opening, to know that the holiness and purity depends in the good midot, in the good way that you behave and your manners. And if you behave well, if you are loyal, if you are nice, if you're kind, if you're generous, and all those good attributes, you're holding them, so then you'll have the power to pray. You understand? So the power to pray depends in the way you behave, in the way you act. If you don't act well, so the Creator will not enjoy your prayers. If a person has a filthy mouth, always cursing, so even if he wants now to bless, no one wants to hear his voice. His voice is affecting in a negative way already. He gave his voice to the outside, to the externals, to the negative side of the world. So therefore, no one wants to hear him talk. But when a person is always pleasant and always nice, even if he will break and he will talk not nicely, people will listen to what he has to say. Why? Because they appreciate him. They know his way of thinking, and they know that he's a good person, and they will listen to his pain. Why? Because of his good way of thinking. So that is something very important, and I think that it's very, very important for us to discuss, because many times we want to know why our prayers are not being accepted and why we can pray for years on certain things. Sisters and brothers, we need to work on ourselves. There are certain signs and certain things that every person receives in his life that are guiding us on how to improve, on which things to work for developments to go in a positive way, for us to succeed and to rise and to shine. Now, if a person is too lazy to work his work and to do his job, He cannot go and complain later on, oh, but why Hashem doesn't listen to me? For an example, it's written that the Creator is close to everyone who is calling him with truth. So when you're a truthful person, the Creator promised you, I'll be there for you, I'll stand by your side, I'll be very close to you. Even before you'll pray, I'll answer your requests. But on a liar, on a person that is speaking lies, the Creator is saying, Dover shkarim lo yikon leneged einav. A lying person cannot stand in front of his eyes, cannot stand in front of the Creator. Means that the Creator's spirit is running away from the liar. And also it's written that a group of liars will not accept the spirit of heaven in the great day of redemption. Einam mekablim penei Shechina, cannot enjoy the spirit of the Shechina Kedosha. When we're discussing that, I also had something else in mind that I wanted to share with you. I know that there is a great force that is sucking his energy from the Bible and taking things out of place. And I wanted to discuss that thing with you. And I wanted to share some of my thoughts about this issue. And I think that you will understand that I am also like open-minded and also patient, but also has my limits on certain topics. So I want to say a few words about Christianity, about what that goes on in the world today, that there are many groups and many methods and ways that people are expressing their understanding through. And unfortunately, and maybe in the future we will understand the favor that was in it and the greatness of that, but as of today, almost as the number of people, or maybe as the number of people, that's the number of opinions that there are about the nature of truth. There is one truth, but everyone has a different assumption about it. Everyone thinks differently about it. For an example, a person sent me a message a few days ago asking questions about verses, and I see that he's like completely off track, off course. He's like not in the zone of even understanding what he himself is talking about. And like I asked him, where are you bringing those assumptions from? Like, what are you talking about? How did you came to that understanding that, like, to interpret the verses in such a bent and twisted way? And he said, what do you mean? Like, that's how that it's written. Like, and he quotes and he reads for me in English from some English version of the Bible that is just wrong and awkward and describing things in a very bent and twisted way that is not loyal to the source. You have the Bible, you have the source, and it's written in Hebrew. And if you want to learn from the Bible, okay, so learn the Bible. In the minute that you go and start learning from a translation of the Bible and not from the Bible itself, immediately you have a problem. Your problem is that you are basing and leaning and establishing your thoughts on a translation and not on a real honest source that will supply all good that is treasured in it. Because the one who translated the book to English, he might be wrong, or that he might had even bad intentions to twist and to change and to do things in a different way. And today you don't know it. For you, that's a loyal version of the Bible, and you just open and read it. There are many mistakes in the English translations of the Bible, and for those ones who are willing to learn the Bible, I will recommend to follow the Jewish English translations for the Bible, because Jewish, and not because I'm trying to tell you, listen, Jewish, they are right. I'm talking to you, even though that I might think that Judaism holds the purest source of knowledge, I'm trying to be as open-minded as I can for you to learn whatever you want to learn and to try to understand whatever you want to understand. But think about it. If you're holding a Christian translation to the Bible that will be called the Bible, the Holy Bible, you are opening yourself to count on opinions of people that you are not sure what their motives were 500 or 800 or 1500 years ago. You're not so sure. And certain things happened in the church during the years, and certain books been erased and been took off and been changed and been re-edited. And when I want to learn something, I want to learn from the source. Now, the source of the Bible been written in Hebrew, in the holy letters of the Hebrews, and that's how you need to read it. Now, the Jewish people, they don't have a reason to twist the verses, because they're holding the original, and the original is supporting their method. So they will never change it, because it's their wisdom. So therefore they will be loyal to the source because they want to preserve the source. So for you, no matter what your intention is, even if you want to see that the Islam is right, but okay, so read it, try to read the original Bible, maybe you're right, but like, go to the source. You want to say, okay, Jesus was right, okay, go check it. I don't mind what you will check, what you will investigate, but go to the source, go to the beginning of where it all started, and there you're going to find the most loyal and close to the truth scripts of them all, and that's it. So I know that today you have so many opinions and you have so many methods and so many ways, and it's a pity, it's a shame, it's a very, very bad thing that everyone can print a book and everyone can do whatever he wants and everyone can have his assumptions and his ways and to explain this and explain that, and in the end of the day many are just like making up theories based on their passions and their lusts and their fears and trying to achieve something with their novels and books that they're composing and writing. And therefore it's very good to go back to the source and to try to read from the original verses. So if you are not able to read Hebrew, so it's better to read a Jewish translated Bible and also the prophets. And about the Second Testament, I want to tell you something that I never read it and I'm not planning to, and we have a prohibition of reading it. And even though that I heard that there are many wonderful things that are written over there and many quotes from the sources and from the Bible, and I'm sure that many people that are good people and thirsty for the truth are enjoying the Second Testament and finding a lot of inspiration in it. Me, I don't find no reason to violate a Jewish rule that prohibited, that is not permitting me to learn from the Second Testament, and therefore I will not violate that rule, and I don't have the reason to do it. So I'm just going to continue with finding Hashem in my heart and finding Hashem in the original scripts, in the Holy Bible and the Holy Testaments of the prophets. You have 24 books that are all pure prophecy, that that been gathered in the complete Torah Nevi'im Ktuvim, Tanakh, in the Bible and the prophets and scripts, and more than that, you don't lack. If that's not enough for you, so go look for elsewhere. Go look in another place. Go to the mall, go to the park, go to the canyon, go to the Grand Canyon. Go find yourself in the great Grand Canyon, and hopefully the bobcats won't catch you first. May Hashem bless you, and may the Creator open our eyes to find the real healing and closest to the source truth of them all, and to know that God lives within and that the Creator is inside of us, and our mission is to go and rise and shine, and just to go and illuminate the world with the light of His truth. And may the blessing of heaven hover upon us all, always to love each other and to support each other and to be healthy and to be strong. We don't really know what happened 2,000 years ago when you call him Jesus in your language, we call him Yeshu in our language. The name his mother called him was Yeshua. We don't know. We have scripts that are telling us certain stories about his life and his death. And the Christians, they're holding different theories about his life and death. The ones who wrote his life stories probably never saw him, never been in touch with him. The history of Jesus is in great mystery and hidden behind clouds and fog, and none of you guys really know what he's talking about, even if you are establishing your thoughts on scripts and on scripts that you're holding as holy and pure. And I'm not coming to say anything bad about it, just that it's not reliable. It's not reliable. That's my opinion, and you don't have to agree with me, and you don't have to take my word. I'm also basing my thoughts on my life experience, and you don't have to accept my thoughts. You can say to yourself, he doesn't know what he's talking about, and it's okay. I won't be disappointed, and probably I'm not gonna hear it as well. But in any case, my advice to you, if you want to find the truth, is to ask from the one that the truth is his to reveal it to you. And I would go and spend hours of my life talking to the Creator and asking him to tell me what the real truth is, and to guide me in the path of truth, to find the source of it and the real will of heaven, for me to know what to do with my life. And go like that and spend hours on hours talking to him and begging, please tell me what the truth is, what the truth about the Bible is, what the truth about Judaism is, what the truth about the Christianity is, what's the truth about Jesus, what's the truth about the sages of the Mishnah and the Talmud, what about the scripts of the New Testament, what the real truth is. Go and talk to Hashem about it. Go and talk to the Creator about it, and ask him to open your eyes and to shine upon you, for you to recognize the real truth. What do you want from me? How you want me to observe your rules? How do you want me? Should I convert? Should I stay as I am, a Gentile, Am I Israeli? Am I Jewish? Am I Christian? Is it important which nation I'm from? What is my religion? What is my tradition? How should I act with my parents? How should I act with my teachers, with my community? All those are questions that need to be discussed in front of God. All those wonderings and thoughts that you have must find place in prayer, that you'll take yourself on daily basis to a quiet place like this, a park, your room, your porch, your backyard, a place that you can call your own, a place that you can be only you and heavens, and just speak with Him. Ask all your thoughts. Tell Him what you go through and what you need. Listen, Hashem, I have questions. Listen, Father in heaven, the Creator, my Lord, my God, heavens, my Father, my parent, please help me, please answer me, please answer my request, hear my cry, hear my roar, hear my tears, accept my tears. Go with your heart to the Creator and ask from the bottom of your heart to find the real truth. And if you'll ask for the truth, like we said before, Hashem is close to the ones who will call Him with truth, and surely will answer all your questions and all your requests. And that's it for today. I'm going to stay here with the bugs and send my prayers to heaven. The world does not exist. Because Olam Milshon Ne'elem, the world is just blocking the light of truth. The world called Alma Deshika, world of light, is just a fake. We're just inside of an illusion. It's just a fake. We're just inside of an illusion.
We're just inside of an illusion.